All right, then we're going inside. I have a little strap just to keep that closed. Okay, so then you build a rod across here. That's what the water hangs on. So everything is movable. I put the little feed troughs on the side, and that is just some plastic guttering from Lowe's, very cheap. The top is, you'll see this is a shade cloth I put over it, and that is a 50% shade cloth that you can buy at any Tractor Supply, hardware store, farm store. They have different ones, and then I just use paracord to tie everything on. Paracord works great. It lasts forever. We're gonna go inside. So I went ahead and made a coop area with a door, and all I did is I put Luan wood on it, and it closes up too to keep it closed. And well, come on, girls, let's go out. Come on. All right. So then on the back wall, go on out, girls. Come on. All right. On the back wall here, I put a roost, and it's tied into the metal back panel. And you can see how I did the Luan. And that's just wired on. Wired on, you bend the wire over so the chickens don't poke themselves in the eye, flip it off, wire it back. Just try to keep it as safe as possible. Put some nesting boxes in here, and I gotta redo these. I'm actually going to take this and put it on a hinge so I could hinge it down and be able to clean the boxes out a lot better. And then that's just a little roosting area. And I just used old wood that I had around the place. Repurpose whatever you can. Leftover Luan, I made the boxes out of, and it works great for that. So the whole idea of this is a chicken tractor that allows you to move these chickens 2 to 3 times a day if you so desire. You can actually move them more frequently or just once a day. The other thing I wanted to show you, we'll go back outside. Is that you'll see I also put another tarp over the wooded area. And this is a what they call an oil tarp. You can buy it at a Tractor Supply also, or if you're buying Atwoods, you can do that. And I just tied everything down with paracord. And you tie that over, that just helps protect the wood, keeps it from getting soaking wet. And the other tarp is a 50% shade cloth. So you guys, you make it to however you want. Now this one is 16 foot long, and it is, according to what they say, I could keep about 24 chickens in there. But right now we have just a dozen chickens, and that's all we're gonna do with that, egg layers. And so you move them, and you see how I moved them, and man, they're going after the grass. And so this is a very good way to free range your chickens. They come along, we move them 3 times a day, and they get in to get some new grass, get the bugs, they fertilize the grass, move them to another spot, and each time you just move them every 16 feet. So they could go around the whole yard in about 3 weeks. So it's a pretty good deal, and we never have to worry about predators. So it's all made out, oh, the other thing that's made out of this is that this is conduit that I made here. Conduit to make the doors, and conduit for the door in the back. And that's what you use to do your everything you need. I got at Lowe's. All right. So if there's any questions or comments, I do want to give a shout out that this was not my original idea. This is actually a guy's idea. He's a bicycle guy up in Oregon or Washington State. And his site is atomiczombie.com. He has the plans on there that goes into very specific detail. They're in color. I'd recommend if you want to do this, that you go ahead and go to his site, atomiczombie.com, and I think it's $30 to get the plans for this, and it's like 70, 80 pages long, and he goes into great detail of how to do all this. Now, I did make some modifications. His is, I think his was 28 feet long or 26 feet long. It could hold up to like 70 some chickens. And same concept though, with the bicycle and the tires, that was all his. I kind of redid I did my front a little bit different, and I did my backs a little bit different, but it gives you the overall general layout. And I used some different materials because I used what I had on hand. I already had the cattle panels. I already had all the pipe. I actually had to buy 4 pieces of galvanized pipe, and then I went and gave 20 bucks for the bicycles at a bicycle store. I already had the shade cloth, and I already had the oil tarp. And, oh, and I had to buy the watering in there. I already had some of the plastic guttering. So I repurposed and reused. I did this whole thing, welded it up myself, and it took probably a couple weeks because I wasn't able to work on it 100% of the time. But if you're a welder and this is something that interests you, if you have all the parts, and just like any welder, if you have the parts, the dimensions, and the plans, you could build this in probably a day and a half. And I would say the material itself costs 600 bucks. You double that, if you could sell these for 1,200, and the whole purpose of that would be like, why would I want to spend 1,200 bucks on a chicken tractor when I could build one out of scrap wood, you know, for less than a couple $100. Reason being, you're having to rebuild a chicken tractor every 2 or 3 years out of the scrap wood because they deteriorate. This will never deteriorate. You can put it in your will and will it to your grandkids and it'll still be working just fine. You'll probably have to change the tires out every now and then. This is the Side Hustle Survivalist. Hit that like and subscribe button. If you like something like this, I thought it was kind of cool and, you know, be able to see how we do things out here in God's country in Oklahoma, in no man's land too. But if you like it, hit that like and subscribe button, share it too, and everybody take care. God bless.